Good evening. A terminally ill man from Berkshire is facing a huge monthly bill to import cancer drugs to help prolong his life. But on top of that, he also has to pay VAT on them. 35-year-old Paul Norris from Beech Hill near Reading says he's amazed by the callousness of taxing the sick. Kay Oliver reports.
For Paul Norris and his family, days like this are precious. Playing in the garden of his home at Beech Hill near Reading with his 3-year-old son Jack and wife Sarah. In January this year he was diagnosed with an acute form of leukemia. Currently it's being controlled with a drug called Gleevec. Because Mr Norris is in the early stages of the disease, it's not available to him on the NHS. Instead he has to have it imported from America at a charge of around £1,600 a month. On top of that, he's discovered he has to pay VAT.
I think it's disgraceful. It's bad enough having to fund the £1,500, £1,600 a month to buy the drug anyway, because it's not available on the NHS. But to then have to pay £270 to £300 extra for VAT, it's just extra money that I can't afford, basically.
The Norrises are being supported in their fight against the VAT charges by Reading West MP Martin Salter.
It's a double whammy on someone that should, frankly, be having their drugs funded on the NHS in the way that many other people are in other European countries.
For Paul, already facing hefty bills, the future is bleak.
I will probably be dead in 5 to 6 years' time. I've got a family, I've got a wife and a young son, and I need to ensure that when I've gone, they'll be provided for. I don't want to die leaving them with lots of debts and struggling.
Following pressure, it now appears that Gleevec may be available to all leukemia sufferers in Britain before the end of the year.
5 people have been arrested after violence broke out in Reading. A group of around 20 youths were involved in a large disturbance on Beresford Road. One man suffered serious facial wounds. Those arrested have been released on police bail pending further inquiries. Health groups are warning a crisis could develop after several GP surgeries in the region closed their books to new patients. 3 practices in the Andover area, as well as one in Newbury, have stopped taking new patients. They say they're oversubscribed and can't provide the quality of care people deserve. It's hoped the step will be temporary. A care worker has been ordered to do community service after neglecting her 2 cats. They'd been locked up without food and water for up to a month, as Mary Stanley reports.
The care worker who couldn't care for her pets, Nicola MacDonald, left court today without comment. RSPCA officers found her 2 cats in squalid conditions. One was lying in a cupboard and close to death. Vets said both had been without food for at least 2 weeks, and even the water in the toilet had run dry.
Your first reaction is, how can anyone leave their animals to starve to death? It's very difficult to understand, especially when we've heard in court today that Miss MacDonald is indeed a caring person, but no care was shown to the 2 cats that were left to starve in her kitchen.
Officers asked the Housing Association to let them into the house in Winnersh after complaints from neighbours. Nicola MacDonald had gone to stay with her mother as she didn't like the area, leaving the cats behind. But her trips back home became few and far between.
All she had to do was pick up a telephone and ring for help, and this needn't have happened. She already had met me before, she'd spoken to me on the phone, and I'd offered to home the animals in the past, so a simple phone call to the RSPCA could have prevented this.
The cats have now been renamed and rehomed.
The tabby one, Ted, he was very timid and didn't want to come out or interact, but Bob's a bit more confident. He likes affection, likes sort of joining in, but they've gradually become more and more sort of integrated, and they're making good progress.
Nicola MacDonald is said to be full of remorse for her actions. She's been ordered to do 100 hours community service and has lost her right to keep animals for 10 years. She's also lost her job.
On to cricket, and Surrey have beaten Hampshire by 70 runs at the Oval this evening. Surrey scored 262 in their 45 overs, but Hampshire managed only 192 before being bowled out. Surrey skipper Adam Hollier took 5 wickets. And that's all from the newsroom at Meridian for now. There'll be more from us in GMTV from 6:35. Join us then. From all of us here, good night.
Meridian weather sponsored by Sea France. Dover-Calais ferries.
Good evening. We've got a dry night to come tonight. We will see some clear spells, and it does mean we are going to see mist patches forming as we approach dawn tomorrow. Temperatures tonight are going to fall down to a low of around 11 Celsius, that's 52 degrees Fahrenheit, although in the larger towns and cities those temperatures will stay up to more like 13 or 14. Then we're going to start the morning tomorrow bright and dry. Certainly any mist patches will be burnt away very quickly, and we'll see sunny spells throughout. As we get through to the afternoon, we will see some patchy cloud filtering in, especially if we get a sea breeze during the afternoon, where we could see some thicker cloud along the coast. Temperatures tomorrow, though, very pleasant indeed, between around 21 and 22. If we're lucky, we could get a 23. Good night.